View podcast, man. Episode 452. Episode 452 of the Face on View podcast, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the content. My old newers, my new viewers, hey, we here. We here. Episode 452. We back, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the content. Much love to you guys on the road to 500. All right, the land of consistency over here. Hey, let's get right into it, y'all. Let's get right into it. I'm gonna go with my first hot take. I'm gonna start off the podcast with a bang. The hot take, because I just flew a far distance and just flying in general, bruh. A hot take: clapping when the flight lands needs more praise. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Clapping when you land needs more praise, bruh. It's been too many incidents going on. And honestly, bro, praying before and after the flight is important too. Like, that is my hot take. We need to get back to clapping when that flight lands, because look here, we at God's will. Anything can happen in this air. Anything that can happen in this air. You feel me? Like, we have no control. The only person that has control is the pilot, the co-pilot, and of course the Almighty God above. Like, man, for real, because I was dealing with turbulence on my flight, bro. Whew. Recently, my last couple flights had turbulence. I had to pray. I just had to pray, bro. And normalizing praying before and after flight is important, bro. That's valuable. So that's my hot take. Let's get back to clapping when the flight lands, because it could all turn on you quick, bro. It can go left on that flight. We need to value our lives more, especially when everything today, bro, and just in general, you never know when your last day will be. You don't know. And that's kind of the fear of the uncertainty, but making sure you tap in with God before anything. Like, that's important for me, because we take for granted with flights, getting in the car every day, all these things that we do each and every day is a risk within our lives. It really is, bro. Car accidents are way more common than, of course, flights crashing and stuff like that. But ultimately, you have things that are just not in your control. Even when you're driving a car, it's been, millions and millions of accidents where, an accident is not under your control, and people take lives like that. So I would say just valuing, those type of things. So my hot take in general, just valuing life, but in particular, clapping when the flight lands, bro. Because I'm telling you, bro. That was the most suspenseful moments for me when flying, is takeoff and landing. And if and respect to the pilot, of course, but if you don't have a pilot or if you have a pilot that flies aggressive, and you can tell, that can be nerve-wracking. Because I've had pilots that, man, we landed and I felt like we was crashing. For real, I've had that experience as well too. I've also had an experience where something had malfunctioned when we landed, and thank God we landed. You know what I'm saying? In general, but yeah, man, I think we need to give a round of applause for those type of things. Not just when it's turbulence, or not when you feel like it's, thank God we landed. Nah, just in general, bro. Like, giving praise to the Almighty, because look here, us taking off and landing is the blessing. And of recent, man, we done seen so many different plane crashes and accidents, bro. It will shake you. And this information and news shook me as well too. Cosby show star Malcolm-Jamal Warner passes away, just shockingly and randomly. Alleged he drowned on vacation in Costa Rica. I mean, this is just, it's heartbreaking. And you talking about somebody that's an example of black excellence, and really what is to be a black man in America with intellect, everything, bro. This man was a brilliant dude, bro. It was a brilliant dude. Like I said, Star Show and the Cosby Show, but he did much more than that. And you could see his impact within his community of people and in the entertainment industry based off of when he passed and the outpouring love he got and received. It wasn't just messages like, oh, I was just with him. It was messages of like heartfelt of what he did for other people, what he did in the community. So this is just sad, and it's one of my biggest fears. Just think about it. You going on vacation, you trying to enjoy yourself. When it's our time, it's our time. But also, it's just like how he went out allegedly. It's like, man, it frightens you even more. Like, I'm on vacation, I'm enjoying my time, I'm in the water, and also too, like with the water, bro, it's the most dangerous. Like, it also gives you that sign of just like with the ocean, do not play around, bro. Do not play around. And it's so unfortunate. I want to know more of the details before I really get in and delve in on the topic, but it's unfortunate, and it's heartbreaking news, bro. It's heartbreaking news when any lives are lost, but this is especially a hit for the black community because he was a pillar to the community, and you think about the Cosby Show and his message, and also you think about outside the Cosby Show and what he's done for the community. Every time I've seen him personally, whether it be an interview or something he's doing, it's always him speaking positively about us, or ways that we can cultivate and change our trajectory in our communities. You feel me? So this is unfortunate, bro. This is unfortunate news, and I didn't mean to jump out and get into the cyber moment, but honestly, it's just, hey, one thing you gotta understand and know is that every day is not promised, but also cherish those people while they're here. Give them flowers while they're here, bro, because you just never know when your last conversation is. That's the frightening part, bro, and that's the reality of life. You don't know when your last conversation with a person may be. So, hold on to those memories and those moments and make the best out of those. You feel me? Like, try not to argue as much and things happen in life. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to have the best relationship with everybody. But for those people that you love and care about, make sure you continue to have that rapport, communication with each other too, because you just don't know. This was heartbreaking, bro. This blew me, and this won't be the last time, unfortunately. Jacksonville police wrongfully assault black man after a traffic stop. It has been going viral. So the clip, he was going, the gentleman was in the car, just like, what did I do? Just genuinely asking, what did I do? Not harming anybody, didn't have anything on him. We're just talking to the cop, having the discourse in the conversation, and on the left side of him, of the driver's seat window, they continue to get frustrated. As the conversation goes on, he busts out the window and, of course, attacks this black man, pulls him out the car, and beat him up. And the first thing that these ignorant cops do that just take their position and power way too far is say, stop resisting. Wasn't resisting arrest. Y'all beat him. And then the police, for y'all to get up there and make a report, and because it was just a report on the incident, the first thing that y'all say, or the first comments that y'all have to say is, oh, this person had priors, or this person did this, or this person had a history. Instead of taking accountability for what you did and you wrongfully did them, look, sue the pants off of that police. Sue the pants off of them, and I hope that he gets every single penny he deserves in that situation, because that was uncalled for. As a lot of these situations are uncalled for. And it's unfortunate as a black man driving, bro, your life is in danger. Not just by having an accident, but being pulled over by police, because you never know what's going to happen. We had to go through all protocols. Hands on the steering wheel, hands on the dashboard, keys in the dashboard, wallet, all these type of things that we have to be mindful of, because we don't know if our life is going to be taken for the people that are protecting and serving. We don't know if our lives are going to be taken just solely off of having a conversation or having a traffic stop with a police officer, bro. This could have been another situation in which we've seen many situations, bro. And it's like, when is enough? And the only change is going to start and happen when the police in these communities change, and the hiring process change, and the background checks change, because you have a lot of people that who get a position in power and they don't know what to do with it. They get too big headed and they get too cocky, and you see where they go with that. You see how they act and react to certain situations. You have a lot of people that hold prejudice and racism, and they bring it into their line of work. Respect for those police that actually do their job and that are there for the community and not there to hurt or harm the community. But for those that are using their position of power to take control, y'all comment will be, God will deal with y'all. But it needs to be some justice in these type of situations, and accountability is number one. For y'all to get on that podium and then sit here and talk about who this person was, the prize he has, his history and stuff like that, creating a whole nother narrative, bro. It's nasty, and it's tiring, bro. It's tiring, and it's only going to continue to happen unless we actually want change to happen. If we actually put our foot forward and actually spark a change, and not just continue to talk about it. Even myself, I need to go out in the community and do something. It needs to be action behind the words, and I'm not just speaking just for everybody. I'm speaking for self too. But this ridiculous, bro. Shout out to that man. I hope he's good. I hope he's okay. I hope he's in good health now. And sue the pants off of him. And I hope he gets every single dollar, because this is it's nasty. And history only repeats itself. But it's like, bro, at what point? Because it won't be the last time, and that's unfortunately to say, but it won't be the last time, bro. And the great thing he did do. And for any of y'all out there that are in those type of situations, continue to record, because we wouldn't know if he didn't record, because these police body cams in certain situations just go up missing. they will go up missing. So I'm glad he recorded, and it's unfortunate as it is. We have to be the ones to spark the change. Because these situations are going to continue to happen. We can't control who is hired in these police stations and all this other stuff. Who's in the community? We can't change that, unfortunately. But what we can do is speak out for our people. That's what you can do. You feel me? All right. So and more, let's say, lighter news. All right. Let's talk, y'all. Let's talk. So the Rick Ross and DC YoungFly situation happened. They just exchanged words over a past interview incident, and it goes to what this whole theme of this podcast is and episode is today. It's accountability. Rick Ross, bro, just take accountability. You walked out on 85 South Show, which was completely wrong on the interview. You said you was going to the bathroom. You didn't go to the bathroom. You was on Instagram Live 5 minutes later, bro, which is totally disrespectful. And I understand where DC YoungFly is coming from. It's just like, it's no hate, but also understand that we are your people. We're here for you. We have an interview process. Yes, the interview is free, and I don't like that Rick Ross responded in that type of manner. You putting money over values and principles and morals. That's disrespectful. They don't pay people to come up there, and it's been bigger people than you that have came up there and stayed for the interview, had a good interview process, and it's about communication. If you had to go, if you had something to do, you should have done that. But you walking out on the interview, being disrespectful, and then just not take accountability for it, we looking at you funny, bro. We can support your music, we can support who you are, you know what I'm saying, like as a brand and stuff like that, cool. But also, that's wrong. Like, call a spade a spade. It was wrong, bro. You got up on the interview from people that are part of the culture that actually want to hear from you, and it was a good interview all the way up until that point. So why sit here and lie? And then with DC YoungFly, I loved about what he pointed out is that we're not asking you these type of disrespectful questions. We didn't ask you if your correctional officer situation. We didn't ask you your baby mama drop. We not asking that. This is a safe place, but you can go on these white podcasts or you can go on these other podcasts and pour your heart out, and they have ask you disrespectful questions, and you will sit there and give your answer, and you're a code switch about it as well too. So what DC YoungFly was saying was point on, bro. It's like we preach, oh, support this, oh, your business this, and do that, but when it comes to actually putting it into play, we not doing that. You feel me? Like, we can preach this boss mentality, we can preach all this stuff, but when the situation comes, you're not really about it. You getting up and walking off in the interview was mad disrespectful, bro. And all you have to do was communicate and be accountable for it. You feel me? So, like, and it's no beef between them at all. But I love DC YoungFly response, because not only it was mature, it was also telling you honestly that you were wrong, and we ain't got no beef behind it. We can joan, we can talk with, bro. We can make a moment about it. We can make this a funny moment. But how you going about it is nasty, and how your response was, it didn't make sense, because you were wrong in that situation, Ross. Like, honestly, how would you feel about somebody that you're taking your time to interview, and you're prepped, you did all this stuff to have this person on, and they get on, and they tell you they about to go to the bathroom and walk out in the interview. That's the ultimate disrespect. And shout out to 85 South Show, because they took it, of course, as disrespect, but they handled it with grace. And that's the blessing in that, because depending on who you do certain stuff to, you're going to get a different reaction. That could have went totally left, to where a fight could have happened, to where other things could have happened, to real beef things could have happened behind that. You feel me? But, like, I just think of today right now, bro, like, and not all OGs, and I'm not speaking to that, but it's a good mixture of OGs out here moving like the young folks. And I'll keep it simple as that. You know what I'm saying? I know DC YoungFly, he's a millennial. He's not that young, but he is young. You feel me? I think he's 30 or under 30. But, like, it's been more common that our millennials or people of a certain generation younger have been more mature than these OGs out here. And that's telling right there. That's telling. And this is another situation where it's like, okay, you the OG, we supposed to, move in a certain manner. You feel me? And that just be the problem as well too, bro. People would just be responding, just trying to get their point across and be and assume that they're right, but it can be dead wrong and just not take accountability, bro. You feel me? Like, I don't get that, and I don't understand that for real. So I would love for them to I would love for DC YoungFly and Rick Ross to continue to do their things individually, but have a sit down and converse about it, as man. But it's kind of past that. If I'm DC YoungFly 85 South Show, I'm good, bro. Like, I've interviewed the best of the best. I've interviewed bigger people. You know what I'm saying? Like, this won't be the last interview, and it hasn't been. They've been on the road ever since. They've been on the road for the last 7 years, bro. They've been having great content and a great platform. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, though. WNBA players stand together at their recent All-Star game. Pay us what you owe us, man. Pay us what you owe us. I love the WNBA coming together, and especially in today's climate where, okay, now we're getting more eyes and viewers, and we know our worth. We know what we're worth. Pay us what you owe us. Because I don't care what they say about the WNBA being in debt or whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, without these players, you don't have a platform. So figure out a way to pay them. And now that, you have the last draft class, and you have Paige Beckers and Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and those who have now put the WNBA on the map as far as visibility, because you have amazing players that have always been in the WNBA. It's just been visibility and viewership and marketing and branding. That was kind of the issue. They've been around for 25 years. I mean, that would be my main thing. So y'all have been in debt for 25 years, but y'all continue to go for it. That don't make sense to me. To me personally, you know what I'm saying? So, but allegedly in a year 2026, they will have a lot of brand deals, and they looking to ink multi-million-dollar, $100+ million for their actually, for the WNBA and what they're doing moving forward. So pay them what you owe, bro. We should see WNBA players getting $1 million plus. There's no way that we shouldn't. The game has changed now, and the visibility has changed. So with that change, y'all got to pay us what we owe, for real. Like, I never understood I get the pay discrepancy because of you have marketing dollars. It's a lot that goes into certain things. I got it. But now we are getting the visibility, and now we are selling out arenas. Oh, the math ain't mathing. Y'all gonna have to pay up, bro. Ticket sales, jersey sales, all this stuff comes into play. Y'all gonna have to pay up. And I love that the women out here is speaking about that, bro. For real. We play the sport just like the men. I get what you're saying about the infrastructure in NBA has been there longer. Cool. All of that is cool, fine, and dandy. But guess what? We hoop too. And we're great at it. We're professional athletes. And we deserve to be paid as such. And it's simple as that, bro. And when it comes to coming together and creating a union, that's how you're going to create change. That's the biggest way, and not saying the only way, but that's the most effective way that you can get change. Because guess what? If the WNBA don't have players to play, You feel me? Then what? You don't got an organization. You don't got a company. You don't have a brand. You don't have nothing. So without these players, you don't have nothing. They run the league. So I love that they are coming together and trying to get, what they're rightfully owed. Like, honestly, I can't only imagine what a lot of these, people on, like, especially these major stars on these teams, bro. Like a Skylar Diggins, like a Asia Wilson, like a Paige Beckers, like a Caitlin Clark, like a Sabrina Ionescu, like Breanna Stewart. Like, think about what they're bringing in. Think about the visibility they have with their brands, and I can go on. The list goes on. You feel me? And with the evolution of change and with the evolution of this WNBA platform getting better, oh yeah, y'all gotta run that coin, bro. Y'all gotta run it up, bro. Like, it's time. I don't want to hear nothing about people talking about what the women should get paid. That's not for you. That's not your decision. And don't worry about what they should be getting paid. I just know that they should be getting paid more than what they're probably getting right now. That's one thing I agree with. Pay them ladies, bro. Pay them ladies. They deserve it. $50 million lawsuit settled that accused Shannon Sharpe of SA, and it's to be dismissed. And the young lady just came out who was a part of this situation and said she's retiring from OnlyFans. As you can see, she settled and got that bag, and she bought her way. And I'm like many of you guys. I love Shannon Sharpe. I love his platform. I love his content. Like, I mess with Shannon Sharpe. But also, too, it's in a sense of practicing what you preach as well, too. Because Shannon Sharpe, he gives great advice, and honestly, he's a pillar in the community as well, too. But when people see you do stuff like this, people be like, can I really trust your word in certain circumstances? Because he's been on his platform, he's talked about, women and gave advice about women and stuff like that to his fellow colleagues or friends and stuff, and what not to do and what to do. So in this situation, he got caught up in the madness, and I hope he learned from this situation, just like we all should learn from our mistakes, and leave that alone. Leave the young woman alone, and leave the Beckys alone. As simple as that, bro. You have too many situations and cases that have been proven and shown you that you should not be doing this. Now, she just came up off a lifetime off a situation where you shouldn't even been dealing with her. For real. I mess with Shannon Sharpe, but let's normalize men and women stop dating 20, 30, 40 years younger than you. No. It's no. In no sense should that be acceptable in our community. It shouldn't, or any communities at that. Yes, regardless, you do what you do. That's your personal business. But when these certain situations happening, you're gonna have people that look at you like, "Told you so. Told y'all to leave them alone." You feel me? Like, it's no excuses for it, bro. Because at the end of the day, all this did was take time and money take time away from him and money out of his pockets. So, another person who finessed their way and finagled their way into the industry, got with a entertainer and robbed them blind. Robbed them blind, bro. In today's world, you can be completely innocent, but the mere fact of the information and the mere fact of the allegation alone can tarnish your whole reputation, bro. So at what point are we going to be smart about our decisions, bro? And I've always heard this: the people that get the best advice are always the people that are messed up in their own situations. You feel me? You have to practice what you preach. You have to be held accountable. I'm glad that he got out of this situation. I'm glad it was dismissed and he didn't have to pay the $50 million. But I know on the backside of things, I know it was a healthy check that she got, especially if she already on social media talking about, I'm retiring from my OnlyFans or from my occupation. So she just came up. You feel me? So like hey, look, it's crazy, but it's very simple. Crazy situation, but it's very simple to just, you know what I'm saying? Not only just keep your hands to yourself, but move into certain crowds. Move in the crowd that's going to be beneficial to you, not the crowd that's going to take time and money out of your pockets. You feel me? Like that's what I feel about that situation. Would you rather, guys? Would you rather cook every day forever or do laundry every day forever? Man, this tough. This tough, bro. Cause laundry, bro, I can do laundry. Bro, laundry is cool, but folding the clothes is the process, bro. That's the process. So for me, I might say cook every day, and then also with laundry, bro, water bill be outrageous if I had to do laundry every day. And honestly, I wouldn't have the patience, because if I had to do laundry every day, bro, them clothes would be thrown on the bed, just sitting there. I'd have been sure. It's been, and I'm a very organized person, but them clothes, bro, is a task, and especially depending on how many clothes you got. You feel me? If you're a person that got hella clothes, bro, man, doing laundry every day would destroy you. So now I'm with cook every day, and also too, not saying it's healthier, but yeah, it may be a healthier option than going out every single day. You feel me? Especially cooking your own meals, and if you know how to cook. Y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all let me know in general. Would you rather cook every day forever or do your laundry every day forever? Man, I'm gonna have to go with cook every day, bro. Them clothes will be on the bed, bro. I'm telling you. I be getting tired now, and I do laundry maybe once, twice a week, if anything. But once or twice a week, and that's a hassle because we got clothes, and I do the laundry for the whole house. You feel me? For my wife and kids and myself. So you can only imagine you know what I'm saying, the labor in that if I had to do it every single day. Cooking every day, you can make that more enjoyable. You feel me? You can do different meals, you can do different dishes, you can do it with a person, you can do, you know what I'm saying? You can make that more enjoyable, that experience. So I'm with that on that. All right, Claressa Shields versus Laila Ali. Is it really happening, man? Claressa Shields offered, all right, Laila Ali, $15 million, man. $15 million on the table. What it do, man? And I respect this. I respect this because Claressa, even though she's very competitive, I'm sure she respects Laila Ali. Of course, she wouldn't be doing this if she didn't. And Laila Ali is about in her 50s. Hey, look, $15 million, bro. Hey, I'm stepping in that ring. I mean, look, all money and good money, but I'm stepping in that ring. Claressa Shields is a problem, though. Claressa Shields is a issue. I don't know, in their primes, I don't know who would win. Claressa Shields is that good. Like, that great, actually. Like, when she says she the female GOAT, I wouldn't really dispute it. Because when you see her, that is the type, boy, will knock your head off your shoulders, man or female. Man or woman. You feel me? Like, Claressa Shields one of them ones. So, if I'm Laila Ali, I'm treading very lightly. I'm taking this offer, but I'm treading very lightly how I operate in this ring. Give Laila Ali about 6 to 12 months. I think that's fair enough because even at her age, of course, look, she did this before. She wanted to grace herself. But, you know what I'm saying? Boxing is a young man's and young woman's sport. And, wear and tear is real. Like, honestly. We seen Iron Mike, one of the greatest fighters ever, if not the greatest, get in the ring and look over the shell of himself. And just because he's, come on now, one of the greatest boxers ever, Father Time is Father Time. At the end of the day, no matter how good you are, no matter how professional you are, but that Father Time is always there. You can't beat that. That's something you will not defeat, bro. You getting older and aging, you can work out all you want, bro. And especially in boxing, you gotta stay sharp. So, hey, Laila Ali, this will be an interesting fight. I do have Claressa Shields in this for obvious reasons, but it will be entertaining. Hey, it will be entertaining. But I do respect that. Look, she put that $15 million offer on the table. I know they said 15 to 20, whatever. You got people to be like, oh, why didn't she go with the high? Look, 15 million, bro. Like, let's not sneeze at 15 million and what that is. Like, let's not get confused of what that is and what that can do for anybody. I don't care how rich you are. The line, man, look here. I get up in that ring and just be dancing. I ain't gonna hold you. If I was in the profession of boxing and I was older, let's say upper 40s, 50s, and I had an offer on the table like this, I'm writing in the clause in the contract or something that I get guaranteed money no matter what. No matter what. Because I'll be in that ring running if I'm that age. And messing with Claressa Shields? Oh, yeah. Nah. You get taken to the upper room in Jesus. Don't play. All right, this leads to my last conversation, y'all. What are some of the best duos in movies? The best duos in movies. I think who should be top on the list? Come on now. Marcus and Mike Lowry. You know that Bad Boys are on the top of that list. Has to be. Of best movie duos. You do have, Dumb and Dumber. That was my movie, bro. I don't know if y'all, you know what I'm saying, how hip y'all are to duos. That duo was a duo right there. Life. Martin got a couple duos, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, in movies. Life, with Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy, probably one of the greatest movies of all time and greatest duos. And also, you got House Party with Kid and Play. You feel me? That, like, House Party, bro. Come on now. One of them ones. You got Friday. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got Chris Tucker, Ice Cube. You got Mike Epps, Ice Cube. You got Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan. Sheesh, bro. It's a lot of good movie duos, bro. Good movie duos. I don't know why I have number one. I know Martin is in there a lot with duos. Chris Tucker's in there with duos. That's actually a good conversation. That's a good little debate right there. Who are some of the best duos in movies? For sure. I know you have, what's it called? And if you go to the other side of things, you got Robert De Niro. You got, what's my boy name? I forget his name. But Robert De Niro got some duos as well, too. My boy in Casino, I forgot his name. That was my movie in Goodfellas. Those are good duo. It's a lot of good duos out here. But number one, legacy-wise, I might have to put Martin and Will Smith. I might have to do it. Or Eddie Murphy and Martin. Life of Bad Boys got to be at the top of the list for me. Y'all let me know who is y'all best or favorite movie duo or like duos that played in movies. And it's a lot that I'm missing, but I'm only speaking for the notable classes that I love. You know, like I said, House Party, Kid and Play. Like Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan. Ice Cube and Mike Epps. That's one right there. Another good debate would be, who would you prefer, Ice Cube, Mike Epps, or Ice Cube and Chris Tucker? You know what I'm saying? We got so many classic movies and classic duos. There's so many to go from. But y'all let me know what are y'all some favorite movie duos. Another amazing episode of the Phase of You podcast, man. Make sure you tap into the content, like, share, and subscribe, man. Shout out to you guys for continued love and support on the platform. Hey, continue to show love. I show love back, as you already know, man. Much love. Y'all tap in the next episode. Yes, sir.